4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, this is Ranchin here, Polaris Rhapsody commentary. This is going to be the first set between C Shield and Bisu Shield. Although Bisu, instead of calling himself Bisu Shield, like it usually does, actually has a bunch of Korean letters. Oh well. It's going to be a Polaris Rhapsody, and Bisu has a bandage on his throat. Oh my god, he was attacked by a vampire. Oh well. Anyway, Bisu going to be at the upper left-hand corner in what I believe was orange is the protoss player, bottom right-hand corner in white. Terran player going to have C. And this is exciting, of course. Former teammates, clanmates, apparently really good friends back in the day when they were in NBC. So really looking forward to see these two guys duke it out. Don't see them playing each other very often. Haven't seen them playing many games against each other at all. Only one or two, actually. On Polaris Rhapsody, very much a protoss favorite map. Protoss have been able to really abuse Terran players on this map, put on pressure, deny expansions, keep the Terran player on two bases, and just win in the long game, in the mid to late game, I guess you could say. Bisu sending out very early probe scout, gonna go out there, gonna be annoying, gonna go try to get that gas steal out there, might be there. Bisu, Norway's here for you. Come celebrate your win with us. Nice. TL.net and SC2.no. Cool guys from Norway. Got fans all over the place. Did hear something, so yep, gas steal coming in from Bisu, that early probe. Gonna start putting on some pressure to annoy his Terran opponent. And this is very much Bisu. He likes to put on some pressure, likes to take the advantage that way. Just gonna be as annoying as possible. Try to keep that probe alive. Almost getting that glitched out a little bit there, but gonna just run around, force the one SCV off the line just to follow that probe at all times, because having Bisu probe in your base and leaving it alone to do what it wants is just always a bad idea to do. And Bisu has been in form, very much in form. Bisu also like, ah ha ha, pick off some of your gas. But Bisu has really been very much in form. We are Bisu fans. But yeah, so really nice to see him back in that 1 month away on like training camp or whatever he was doing there, and really doing a great job for him there. He's just a month away after severe slump for him, and now he's really back in form, playing, doing great things for T1. Went 4-0 in the first round of the playoffs for his team, being a critical factor in their win against CJ. So here's to his continued success. C, meanwhile, unfortunately, didn't really not perform for NBC in the playoffs, despite ending the fifth round very well, almost managing to pick out an SCV, but got surrounded by 5 SCVs and somehow barely managed to keep that probe alive. Following Marine out there, so he's going to barely run it back home. Almost managed to pick off SCV, but doing a great job of being annoying. Going to put down his own expansion right now. Well, actually, it did not manage to deny this even coming up the base, but just going to be able to get his own expo up. He has a Zealot out there waiting his Dragoon right there. Light, oh, Light sitting there chatting with the babes. God damn, was that Light sitting in a little room with glass panes, like surrounded by like 7 girls, all looking like, oh, hello, Mr. Light. Are those biceps? Something like that, I don't know. Do you train those biceps to be able to move that mouse around? And he's like, yes, I do. Zealot coming out there, but don't know why it's doing that, because those 4 Marines are going to be like, hello, Mr. Zealot, you are dead. And actually might manage to pick that off. Bisu not getting the count on that, on the amount of Marines that CV was producing, so actually going to get forced back with that one single Zealot. And of course, with the refinery coming in significantly late, a lot of Marines being produced. Cybernetic's core on the way now for Bisu, who's finally starting to tech up. We're going to see what tech decision he decides to go for. Is this going to be 2 quick 2-base arbiters? Arbiters are very useful on this map. A lot of positions to abuse, a lot of positions to get recalls on. And with those bridges, a Terran player really can get kind of locked in if he doesn't position himself well, if he tries to go for a push or a fight across the middle. And some stasis can really just close all and any movement for a Terran player. So really a lot of stuff for a Protoss player to abuse. And Beast is probably hoping to do that. Getting his second gateway out there, so we're going to be seeing him working on his count. Still don't see a Dragoon out there anywhere. Well, Simon Escort just popped in, but no Dragoon out there yet. And probably going to be seeing that any moment, because the CV scout being there for quite a while there for C. Beast was just hoping to get rid of it before he starts working on his tech. Is he going to go for a Citadel? Or is he going to put a Stargate down right away to try to get that Arbiter out there? It would be a little bit unprecedented really to do that, so probably going to be seeing Citadel. Might go for robotics facility, but although we don't see many Protoss players going for Reavers at all, and usually they do that off one gateway rather than two. Still don't see the Dragoon out there. Finally pops out and gonna manage to execute this SCV, unless it manages to actually run away. A couple more shots on that needed, but there's a Zealot here at the front, so it might get a shot on that and pick that off. There we go. Pollen being put out there at side for Bisu, as also works on the second element simulator, so it's gonna do a partial wall-in of his base, while C actually just adding in a machine shop alongside two factories, and has a very good defendable front as well, barracks and a bunker there, so Bisu's not going to be able to put in any pressure with his goons, if that was the idea. And it's going to be working on troops off his two gateways right now. We're going to see what C goes for. Might go for tanks off that machine shop, or might be working on mines. Probably going to pop one tank, then maybe pop a bunch of vultures. A couple of Dragoons being coming across the map for Bisu, but they're probably going to be forced back until they get range. Maybe try to do some damage. The robotics facility is coming up, so we are going to be seeing robotics facility, and it's going to be for observers more than anything else. Then we're going to see the transition. This is very standard for Protoss players. Back in the day, I remember they used to go just early Citadel, but Bisu hasn't had a scout inside of C's base for quite a while, so he has to be safe, has to get observers out there. Also, he has to be expecting vultures with mines, so that's also important to have those observers for that. Meanwhile, now that tank there at the front waiting on siege mode, so apparently not going to go for mines because this tank's just sitting out there, obviously waiting on siege mode. The goons are just kind of popping all over the place, finally going to start focused down the bunker, but the two SCVs there to repair. So at least that's a little bit of minerals. That's enough. Robotic facility almost enough there for Bisu, putting down a little bit of pressure, and finally siege mode hits in for C, so there you go. Dragoon's going to take two, almost taking a second volley on that. Bisu pushing them back just in time, having that siege tank timing just down pat. And now we're going to see mines being worked on. So initial vulture, a couple of tanks out there now. Dragoon's trying to still put on some pressure, but they're still going to be forced back. Bisu just going to keep up outside here. It's not really a contain, but she's going to try to exert some pressure. Going to have 5 Dragoons out there working on his 3rd and 4th gateway. Observatory coming up there as well, and probably going to be seeing a Citadel of Doom coming up very soon. Bisu going to want to transition and get some speed on those lots. A bunch of vultures being worked on, so C going to try to maybe go for some early vulture pressure. Going to try to deny any base if Bisu wants to decide to maybe pick up that upper right hand for himself. But I think he's actually working on that Tolkok. He had some forces there at the Tolkok position. And we're going to see if we actually manage to get the base up to Academy, up, comstat stations all over the place. So C might have Bisu's number, might have that base spot up. Of course, this is a mineral only,